How we doing, everyone? We are here to check out the new set of Secrets of Power. I did not get a box yet, but I got a box on the way, and this is the Queen Amidala starter pack. So obviously, it's going to have Natalie Portman in it, and of course, it comes with all the other stuff. I don't know if whoever's collecting, but it always comes with these tokens that are like paper and stuff like that, and everybody pretty much throws them away. And then a little rule book or whatever else. But I'm more interested in the starter set itself and the extra pack that comes with it. All right, so let's see the easiest way to open this. I don't ever keep the box, so it really doesn't matter. I can be like rough with it. All right, so here's the pack. Here's those tokens that, in fact, the new Hoth thing comes with like real cardboard tokens. Wow, it didn't even does this one doesn't even come with a rule book. They didn't even bother with that. All right, so and that is the end of that box. All right, so let's see what we got in here. This is going to be a quick unboxing, and let me know if you guys are collecting anything. I know that the lucky I didn't call my name. The card game that I did with Mark Spears, I originally called it Riftstorm. Thank God I changed the name because Riftbound just came out. Apparently that is like sold out. You can't even find it anywhere. But this is the game that Mark Spears and I did called Myth Lords, but originally it was called Riftstorm. But we're currently in China right now with manufacturing, so that'll be out probably in the next less than 6 months. It'll be out. But anyway, so let's see what we got. So we have a new thing called officials in here because I did play with a couple of guys yesterday with some of the new stuff, but that's the new keyword now. And then there's plot, where if you put a card into your resource, you can, once you put your leader out, you can take it out of your resource and just replace it. All right, so there's your Padme Amidala. When you reveal one or more cards from your hand, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, deal 1 damage to a unit. You can reveal or discard one or more cards from your hand. That's interesting. So I'm just like, here, look at this. Now take a damage. I don't know how that works. And the same thing on the back. 1 or more cards. You may reveal one or discard 1 or more cards from your hand and deal damage. Okay, so there's that. And then we have a green, and then we also have the checklist on the back. And then we have 3 spy. That's the new thing where it has raid 2. And on the back is the experience. I don't think you'll need more than 3 anyway. All right, so we got 3 greens here. So we have a green, and I guess we call this white. So we have Seasoned Fleet Admiral. And again, they're all official. So raid 1, when an opponent draws 1 or more cards during their action, you may give an experience token to a unit. That's pretty cool. And the artwork here still is, some of it's okay. Like this should have been colored a little bit better. For the amount of money that these guys are making, they can pay for better artwork. I don't know. That's just me. Okay, so this is a 1/4 with a raid 1. So basically it's a 2/4 on attack. Here's a Mon Mothma. She looks like Elizabeth Olsen there. I don't know what's going on. Restore 3. Wow, that is strong. You may attack with any number of units, 1 at a time. Even if these units are exhausted, they can't attack bases for these attacks. That's pretty strong. But she's a 7, dude. That'll be a long time before that comes out. But you can almost wipe the board with her if you got enough guys out. Each friendly unit, and we have the Naboo Royal Starship. I was thinking this could be official too, but it's not. Each friendly leader unit gains Raid 2 and Overwhelm. And then here it has the plot also. So again, if you have it as a resource. But each friendly leader unit gains Raid 2. So she would be like a 7/8. That's crazy that Mon Mothma is that strong. Here's a white attached to a friendly unique unit when played. So it's a upgrade of 2+2/0. Moral authority. Attached unit captures an enemy non-unit with less remaining HP than it. It's only when played. Of course, you just can't capture people. There's another green. A friendly unit captures another. Okay, so dismantle the conspiracy. It's exactly the same as that, except it's a 6, and this is a 3. You might as well use the character, use the upgrade, right? But I guess you can only attach this to a unique unit. So this one can be used on anything. I actually used him yesterday. He is a restore 1, and then I upgraded him. But you may disclose 2 whites from your hand for these aspects. If you do, give a unit sentinel. I never got that. I never had 2 whites in my hand. But it was a blind. It was a what do you call it when you send the cards around a draft? C3PO. Give a unit +2, or is it -2? I think it's +2 for this phase. Return this unit to its owner's hand. So you give him up and then you get -. But he's only 1, so you can keep putting him out. Handmaiden. This is a yellow. Okay. On attack. So I guess these are green and yellow. Green, yellow, white. Yeah, green, yellow, white. You may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw a card. And there's 2 of those. 3 of them. Well, there you go. And that's on attack. You may discard a card from your hand if you do draw a card. Bail Organa. You may discard a card from your hand. If you do, create a spy token. Okay. Another one. I have this one. Bravo Squadron Fighter Saboteur. It's a 2/3. Got 2 of those, which means I probably have 3. Jar Jar Binks. I know everybody was excited about friggin' Jar Jar Binks. God. And he's official. And I assume Bail Organa is official too. Yes. You may give another friendly character unit +2 this phase, and it has plot. Mina Bonteri, and there's 2 of these. Restore 1, and when defeated, you may disclose 2 greens and a white. If you do, draw a card. Wow, you have to have a huge hand for that. But I guess it's a 2, so you're putting it out kind of early. The N1 Starfighter is a 3/2. I don't understand why the vehicles aren't official. There's 2 of those. Ooh, we got 2 Ahsokas, 3 Ahsokas. So that must, whenever there's 3, chances are it's rare, but it's not really rare. But because sometimes they just appear in these things and that's it, which is why I buy them. When this unit completes an attack, you may disclose a green and a white. If you do, attack with another unit. Okay. Oh, and we have an Anakin, 2 of them. Oh, 3 of them. Nice. Hidden and Raid 2. When you control Padme Amidala as a leader, gains Raid 2. So he's a 5/4. Nasty. And he's only cost 3. Nubian Starship. When played, draw a card. That's pretty strong. And it's generic too. Discard a card from your hand. Oh, when defeated. Yeah, so you want to keep that thing alive. Taylander Shuttle. On attack, you have the initiative, create a spy token. So, yeah. And we got 3 Captain Typhos. Sentinel. When this unit is attacked, you may disclose a green and a white. If you do, heal 1 damage from your base. So he has restore 1 as long as you have a green and a white in your hand, which barely ever happens, right? Especially when at turn 4, you don't have that many cards. Nubian Star Skiff. I think I have this one already too. When you control an official unit, this unit gains restore 2. All right. We got the Stinger Mantis. It is a unique, and that is a yellow white. When played, you may deal 2 damage to an exhausted unit. All right, and then we have Hunter from the Bad Batch, I assume. And he's Saboteur, and on attack, the defender, if the defender is exhausted, it gets -4. And he's a 7/6. Wow, so he can attack without getting hit for the most part. That's only if it's exhausted, though. Now, Naboo Security Force. All these are really high. 6, 5, 7. When played and when defeated, you may disclose just 1 green. If you do, give a friendly unit Sentinel. I think this one's from the other set. I think he's the guy that played Jar Jar, right? Yeah, I think that's from the other set. All right, we got 2 more greens here. Dog Fight. Attack with a unit. Even if it's exhausted, this unit can attack bases for this attack. And only costs 1. That's good to have an exhausted unit get another attack in. All right, I got 3 of these called Sneaking Suspicion. It is an upgrade for 1/1 and it's plot. Bogged Down. It's got 2 of these. In procedure, exhaust a unit. You may disclose a yellow from your hand with this back to, if you do, exhaust another unit. For 3? I don't know. Charged with corruption, you may disclose 2 greens. If you do, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if you do, a friendly unit captures an enemy non-leader unit. Yeah, but you may not be able to use that card at all. It should have something else on top, like draw a card or something like that. With Thunderous Applause, give a unit, or like this, where it says give a unit, -2. It should have something, not just a 1 thing for 3. Give a unit +2/+2 this phase, and then you may disclose a green. If you do, give another unit +2/+2. Okay, that's it for that deck. And now we'll open the Jabba, and let's see what we get in here. All right. Sly Moore. Never heard of it. If there are 4 or more exhausted units in play, create a spy token. I think that would happen more times than not. On attack, you may deal 2 damage to an exhausted unit. Wow. I don't know what that person's from. And then Republic City and a spy token. Just don't like the coloring. It's so just comic book coloring. Okay, if you control a ground unit and a space unit, draw 2 cards. That's pretty strong. Got another Naboo. Rotunda, Senate Guards, Sentinel, 4/5 Sentinel, blue. Another blue plot card, Armor of Fortune, and it's a 0/3 for 2. Cost is not bad on that. Inner Rim Coalition. When defeated, you may ready a unit that costs 5 or less. Again, it's a 6, and that's a red. And we have the Bravo thing again. Heroic Arc 170. I think this is an old card. If you control a damaged unit, may deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. And that's straight white. I think this is also Republic Warwalker. I think that's from the old other set too. Maybe not. I don't know. Overwhelm 7/6, and it costs 6. This is very expensive cards. Duchess Investigators. When played, you may disclose a yellow. If you do, each opponent discards a random card from their hand. That's pretty cool. But then again, if you're on turn 5 or turn 4. For each friendly official unit, exhaust an enemy unit. No one ever knew. That's a yellow-black. So chances are it's going to cost you 4 because you're probably not going to have black. Cadel Connix, I think that's Carrie Fisher's daughter in there. The one from Screen Queens. She's just resistance, no official. When played, you may defeat a non-unique upgrade on a unit. All. And it's a plot card. And she's red. That's unusual. Renewed Friendship. Return a unit from your discard pile to your hand. And create 2 spy tokens. That's actually pretty strong. It's a 4. Let's Talk. If a friendly unit left play, and that's not even a... Okay, yeah, this is my rare or whatever. Not much. I didn't really get anything. Let's Talk. If a friendly unit left play this phase, this event costs 3 less to play. Costs 9. Look at what the fuck. Each friendly unit captures an enemy non-unit in the same arena. Wow. Very, very specific, but that could be a board wipe. When played, if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, create a spy token, the ISB shuttle. And that's my shiny. All right, that's it. Nothing very special, but that Anakin's pretty strong. And the Mon Moth is strong as well. All right, that's it for me. Remember, too, that Fairy Tales of Terror is on late pledge right now. You can go to fairytalesofterror.com. That's my new comic. And it's pretty cool. I got Tiger Lily in there, too. And we have Psycho Cinderella. What else would you possibly want? All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And let me know what you guys are getting. Did you guys get a whole set already? Are you doing the Gargoyle set on Lorcana? Let me know that as well. All right. Have a good one, guys. All right, bye-bye.